Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining our virtual event today. Thank you all for being here today. Today we'll be talking about age defying and nourishing our bodies. And speaking for us today is going to be my good friend, Rachel Balancet. She is a health regenerative specialist and she is an iridology specialist, also, as well as an Ayurvedic nutritional herbs practitioner. She became a world champion bodybuilder at the age of 44. And not only that, but she has overcome Hashimoto's. And you would never guess her age now. And she is the most incredible woman. And I'm really honored to have her here today. All righty. Thank you all for being here. Rachel, I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you. You're so sweet. I love you. I know no one can believe that I'm 90, but it's these superfoods. Just kidding. I'm 50. So thank you so much. Yes, this is so great. I thank you for hosting this today, Brianna, and this was Brianna's idea. She wanted to have this event. And so I really love that we're going to talk about detoxing and nourishing and healthy aging. We were discussing the name of this group, like what is this going to be? Like anti-aging is such an antique term. I'm going to say like that anti-aging has such like a kind of like a negative connotation about aging, and of course we can't stop aging, and I'm not against aging. So then Tara Shea came up with age defying, and then I asked the team, and we're like, healthy aging, strong aging. So this we have many titles of this Zoom today, and we want to celebrate aging and like really debunk a lot of myths around aging. And one of the reasons I'm so inspired to talk about aging is because the myth that I think that we have as a society begun to associate aging with all kinds of things like being decrepit and being in pain and dying from illness. And this isn't how it was in the past. People weren't necessarily dying from being in pain and having chronic illness. This was not the norm in the past. Okay. We don't have to go out that way. Unfortunately, due to the circumstances of our growing toxic culture, people are getting more ill more quickly. And we do have a rise of epidemics from diabetes to cancer, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, especially due to glyphosate. The rise of glyphosate has also caused the rise of all these other illnesses because the toxins have become a lot larger. We're constantly in this influx of toxins. I'm in Sonoma County, some of you are too, and we are in wine country, so there's glyphosate everywhere, which is a toxin in Roundup. I used to live on a vineyard, a almost organic vineyard, and they spray glyphosate on the crops twice a year. And I was the first time I discovered it, I saw this yellow. I was like, oh my God, all the grass is yellow. What happened? What happened while I was away? When did they do this? And I was all freaked out. And I talked to the landlord, and he's like, well, it's almost organic. And I was like, yeah, but it's not organic. Okay, if you're spraying glyphosate, this toxin, this herbicide, you're killing everything in the soil. That's going eventually making its way down into the earth and into my water that I drink out of the well. So no, we do not want that. That is also something that contributes to poor gut microbiome. This affects the gut, and this affects how we digest our food. And I love this term I heard the other day, a couple of years ago. We are what our food eats. Okay, we are what we eat, but we are what our food eats. So what is your food eating? Is it eating organic? Is it eating healthy soil with lots of nutrients packed in it? Are the crops being rotated so that all the new nutrients, when you rotate crops, you have you've got like different kinds of vegetables. Some of them might be fixing nitrogen into the earth. Other things are fixing potassium and all these different great nutrients into the earth. And so when you have healthy soil, we have healthy food. And if it's free of toxins, then it's able to give your body life. Because when we put herbicides and pesticides on our food, it's not only just killing our food, it's killing the food, the beautiful microbiome of the gut. I love this display. Do you like this flyer? With like all these plants, like that's how our gut wants to be, like alive with all these beautiful, healthy microbes. That's how our gut wants to be. And we want it to be like the soil. The soil needs to be that way as well. So all hail to permaculturists, people who are practicing regenerative gardening. Thank you. I just have to say thank you, because you are doing a service to this earth. We have an epidemic of soil depletion on this planet. The soil is completely depleting. We have this danger of, soil depletion and having like a foot of topsoil. So a lot of the plants and veggies we eat, they want to grow deep into the ground and they want to absorb nutrients, and then they want to give it to you. And so if we have just dead soil, we're not getting the nutrients that we need, all these beautiful variety, just like the variety of nutrients that's going to just like fuel our cells, and it's going to regenerate our cells. Our cells are constantly have an opportunity to regenerate every single day. It's ideal to be having regenerative food every single day, because we're getting this influx of toxins. We got to get that out every day. If you haven't detoxed and nourished, if you haven't had like a detox or a gut cleanse or a liver cleanse your whole life, well, you got a lifetimes of toxins stored in the liver. That's where it all goes. The liver literally stores toxins, pushes it in there, kind of like stuffs it in there like a garbage can. Like when your garbage can is too full, it's like pushing it down, compacting, and then you just have like the sludge in the liver. All right, this causes sluggish blood. This makes it hard for toxins to leave the body, and the sluggish blood, everything's like swimming around in like a murky ocean. Like, I can't find my way out. Where's the exit? Where's the poop hole? Sorry. People call me the poop fairy. I love talking about poop. But like, where is it? How do I get out? I can't find their way out. So we really want to create a beautiful, healthy microbiome. And it's imperative that we detox every single day of our lives. And we detox through eating healthy, vibrant, abundant food. Now, organic is great. In fact, it's really important to look for that label, because it means that there's not genetically modified food in there. Well, it's not supposed to, but sometimes there's drift from other farms. Sometimes you have this cross-contamination of other farms where genetically modified plants, genetically modified what? To resist weed killer, to resist glyphosate. So plants are actually now modified, genetically trained to be able to resist the weed killer so they don't die. So now we're not only eating genetically modified food, we're also eating the toxins. Sorry, there's all these people coming right now. We're also eating the toxins that are sprayed on the food. So now we've got like this double whammy of toxins to deal with in our body. And this is food that's supposed to be detoxing us. The number one food, who knows what the number one food that has the highest amount of glyphosate in our food and all the products in food? Yes, Gwyneth.
Corn. Oh,
Cheerios.
Cheerios. That's right. Gwyneth is one of the educators. Cheerios is the highest, the first food that people give their babies, the first food I remember eating. I ate Cheerios till I was like 15, I think. Okay. So we have all these different ways that toxins are making their way into our bodies. And even when it's organic, it's still making its way in. So I have to say that one of the things, well, let me just start by saying that part of this topic is showing you how to detox and nourish your cells so that you can regenerate, and how regenerating cells is what keeps us youthful, which keeps the cells restored, young, youthful, collagen continuing to build through detoxing and nourishing our cells. And I have partnered, as a practitioner, I found something while I was trying to heal myself. And I found these products, and I said, I found all these superfoods, and I looked through them carefully as an Ayurvedic practitioner, and I vetted the whole thing. And I said, wow, this has all kinds of wonderful, mushrooms, and it's got different spirulina and algae and all these really high nutrient dense food. It's got barley green juice powder, all these things that detox metals, all these things that detox chemicals from our body, all these things that clean the liver. And I was like, this is amazing. And then I found out not only is it organic, but the soils, they have like permaculture regenerative practices. So they rotate the crops. So it's not just monocropping, which is like planting the same crop over and over and over again. Maybe you like rotate between 2 crops. You put a cover crop on to fix some nutrients maybe, and then, and then you just put the spinach back in, and now you're growing rows of spinach or rows of corn or rows of whatever, but over and over and over again in the same soil. Well, one of the things we do is we rotate. We have a lot of different vegetables and we rotate them. So every single season, there's constantly like something new being fixed into the soil. In fact, the soil for this company is an old lake bed that's never been touched by anything chemical. And it's got 60 to 200 feet deep, rich topsoil. So we're getting the nutrients from deep soil. Imagine all the different things all the different produce that you buy at the store. What kind of soil is it in? We really don't know. We really don't know. Maybe you get some of it out of your garden. Well, commending you. Yay. And you may not even know where that soil came from. Where did you buy it? Who made that soil? Well, imagine getting nutrients from like a soil that's like been in this one location forever. And they've just been rotating crops, and there's constantly compost, like the decomposing, any decomposing veggies and fruits are going back onto that soil to bring back the life into that soil. So there's also composting happening. All right. So there's so many ways we can go. I want to talk about collagen. I want to talk about what builds collagen, and I want to talk about what superfoods help build collagen. So collagen is like bundles of protein in our body that create our different tissues. Our muscles, they wrap around muscles, they're our connective tissue, and they're the things that keep our skin plump, right? They're like connective tissues that hold up the muscles. And so 20% of our weight when we're young is collagen. And then that begins to wear down after a while as we get older. But it doesn't have to. We can actually continue to restore collagen in the body with the proper nutrients, the proper foods. So what are collagen builders? Dark berries, lots of dark fruit, phytonutrients, those blueberries and those dark berries and the acai and all kinds of good stuff. So that's part of what builds collagen. Also silica. So silica, where can we find silica? Bamboo shoots, horsetail, algae like super blue green algae, spirulina, dark leafy greens. Right? So we want this herb we want this herb too. We want plenty of it. This is what's in the dark berry. We got a lot of different wonderful plant-based protein in the dark berry. Now, a lot of people take collagen these days. It's like the big fancy word. But the truth is that if you're taking collagen, you're not teaching your body to build it. You're not having your body build it. Your body actually has to break down that collagen and put effort and energy into breaking down the collagen before it can use its parts. So this is why it's ideal to have plant-based collagen builders, because we want our body to build the collagen. It's so cool, right? So protein is another part of building collagen. So what are some plant-based protein? Pea protein, which is in the dark berry you drink. So pea protein is one of a beautiful protein. There's brown rice protein is also great, hemp protein. There's also protein in all your fruits and vegetables, okay? There's also protein in your potatoes, broccoli, different leafy greens. I mean, literally everything breaks down into aminos. That's really the point I'm making, is that all foods break down into aminos. And then that is what the body uses to build these protein bundles as well. Okay. So anthocyanins, antioxidants, vitamins, all these different things work together. We want to make sure that we're having, lost my little thing. Where'd it go? So I'm going to talk to you guys. I actually want to actually share a couple stories with you. I want to actually bring Glenneth on because he has such a great story. And Glenneth and I have been dear friends for many, many years, for like 15 years. Oh my gosh, it's something like that. And he has just such a wonderful story of his own health. And he's like one of the most thriving people I know. Totally busy all the time. You always got your hands full. So Glenneth, share a little bit about, what it was. So you went through this, you did this detox and nourish reset. And by the way, I didn't say it, but this is like the Purium Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. We're going to talk about that as a way to detox and nourish. And this is like a protocol that you follow, Glenneth. And so I remember when I met you, you were struggling with some things. So I'll let you tell the story, but let us know what it was like before and after doing this detox and nourish.
Okay. Well, if you're 100, then I'm 120. And that's chronologically, of course, because I'm actually 71. But my doctor suggests I have the physiology now of a young child. And I feel like that most of the time, I have to say. So anyhow, at the time I started this back, I knew Rachel when we were living in a live workplace, and she kind of turned me on even way back then to some health ideas. I didn't realize at that time how toxic I was using soaps that were very toxic. And she gave me a fact sheet because she was having a reaction when I came to her door. And anyhow, I knew back then that she was into health, but I didn't know. And I guess later she had her personal problem, which maybe she'll share, of Hashimoto's. But anyhow, years later, I mean, stress, life, I picked up a lot of weight. I had a lot back when I knew her. And it's been a lifelong struggle to keep my weight reasonable, it seems like. But anyhow, I was up here. I live in Lake County. I was working double shifts, so 16-hour shifts, sleep overnight. And I had a lot of extra weight. I had hypothyroid and also sleep apnea. So those two combined, I mean, really, I think I had that for a lot of years that I didn't even know it. I was always struggling for more energy. It just seemed like I should have a lot more than I had. And come to find out, the sleep apnea, you don't get into deep REM sleep, so you don't feel so rested. So I was sitting there on my little time off from work on my couch, I think, probably having a bag of chips, because that was my comfort food. The work I was doing was very stressful. And anyhow, I saw this post that Rachel had done, and I know her from the past. I trusted her. And like I say, I knew she was into health. So it was about this organic, pure, healthy stuff that could help you lose weight. I said, oh, maybe I should check this out. So I did. I mean, it took me a little while to actually go for it because I had to check out my money. I was living paycheck to paycheck like a lot of people these days. But anyhow, I went for it and was amazed initially just how easy it was to kind of melt into my lifestyle. I mean, I could take these powdered superfood greens to work and put them in bags and just put them in water, and I felt satisfied. I'm going, well, this is easy, right? So I kept doing that, and I had a sleep study scheduled for my sleep apnea right near the end of that month. So I said, well, this would be interesting because I was feeling different. I probably was realizing maybe a less hour of sleep needs, and I was feeling equally as rested. So I'm going, something's going on here, right? So I did the sleep study. They said I was one breath from normal. And I hated this CPAP machine. I mean, it was horrible. So I was able to get off my CPAP in 1 month. I had dropped 25 pounds and 7.5 inches off my gut. You know that disgusting gut that men get? I had that, even if they get skinny, right? So that shrunk, and I'm looking in the mirror. If anything, my tone was better on my body, and that gut was gone. It almost looked like I had a six pack. And I'm going, my God, what happened? Well, I said, I don't know, but I'm staying on this. So I continued, and I met my goal of 40 pounds the third month. And I was able to slowly titrate from the sleep apnea or the hypothyroid meds to get off that the fifth month. So, I've been on this now 8.5 years, and I just can't imagine anything that's simpler and more fulfilling nutritionally. I mean, I feel good most of the time, people say I act like a teenager. I'm 71, right? So, you know, I love it. And I share this with everyone I can to help them, you know, have equal kind of transformation. And I'm indebted to there I am. I'm indebted to Rachel for turning me on to this.
Look at that transformation. So you really transformed your health, and you have this energy that's like you're unstoppable. Like I see you're constantly doing projects. You built this cob dwelling in your like outside. You've got this whole cob unit. He teaches cob. Glenneth is a ceramicist and an artist, and he does these permaculture workshops that he leads. And it's just really inspiring to see just like how incredibly just youthful you are. You know, it's very inspiring. And you know, you just like, you know, he's just like, we're just crew, man. So thank you for sharing that, Glenneth, and tell us about your energy. Like, what do you notice in like difference in energy from before and after detoxing?
Just generally feeling cleaner, fuller energy, like through my day, and just this endurance or tenacity that sometimes surprises me. I mean, you know, I can do things. I mean, I don't feel like a lot of people my age feel like it's maybe the end of their life, or, you know, I haven't got that much longer. Well, I feel like I got a lot longer. I mean, and I still have a lot of dreams and things I want to achieve. So it's very, I don't know. I love it.
Thank you so much. And there's also another guy who was on our team who was your age who hikes like 18 miles sometimes on the weekends, and he couldn't believe how much energy he was already a prolific hiker, and then he started using these superfoods, and all of a sudden he was hiking even more miles and having more energy, and he was like, wow, I already thought I was really healthy, but it's amazing like the actual energy that this gave me. So thank you for that. And yes, just to reiterate what they've been saying about me is I had Hashimoto's autoimmune disorder of the thyroid for 9 years, and I was struggling just with energy. I really thought like, oh, I couldn't even work. I could barely work. I was just not functional. I would spend maybe, I would have at least 5 naps a day, and I'm not even exaggerating. I would take a nap mid-morning, I'd take a nap before I went to the store, and then I'd take a nap in my car at the store, and then I would take a nap when I came out of the store, and then I'd come home and I'd take a nap, and then it was like nap all day long. And I really thought that I was going to be, and I was also losing my ability to think. My memory was going. I was starting to feel like, oh, am I getting dementia? Do I have Alzheimer's? What's going on? Because I could not remember anyone's names, and I could not keep track of a conversation. I could not remember, like, I was like, you know, what am I talking about? What are you talking about? And so I would just like have this brain fog. So if you can relate to brain fog, drop me a 1 in the chat. So, and I was having terrible sleep. I would just not be able to sleep at night. Sometimes I'd not be able to fall asleep. And then if I could fall asleep, then I'd wake up at 3, and then I'd finally fall asleep again, and then wake up at 5. And then usually at like, I would just flop around in bed at 5, and finally at 6, I'd be up, and I was exhausted. And I just didn't sleep well. I was struggling with bloating. I had a bunch of different issues, but long story short is I did this 90-day protocol that you guys are going to learn about. And within a very, very short period of time, like literally 10 days, my energy was through the roof, like beyond unbelievable energy. I was like, all I wanted to do was run. All I wanted to do was work out. And I started working out. And so I started going to the gym every morning because I just had so much energy. I didn't know what to do with it. And so somebody mentioned, well, why don't you become a bodybuilder? And I thought, well, I mean, she said, why don't you compete is what she said. And I didn't know what she was talking about. I was like, compete in what? But long story short, as I did, I competed in bodybuilding and competed in evening gown, bikini, 40 and up, and I won 40 and up in both divisions. And then later that day, I won again in the 20 up division, the 20 and over division. So I was like, and all these 20-year-olds were coming up to me going like, oh my God, you're going to win. And I thought, I didn't know I was going to win. You know, like what the heck? How did that happen? But I swore it was these superfoods that gave me that energy and that stamina. And I went from like running 4.1 miles an hour, which if anyone is not a runner, that's basically walking. I thought I was running. Turns out I was walking. And that doubled in those 10 days. That running speed almost doubled. It got to 6.9 miles an hour by, you know, I just without even exercising in between. I just went the first time, you know, like I had run at 4.1 miles an hour. And then 2 weeks later, I went to the gym and I was running 6.9. And then I was running full miles, and I was running 3 miles, and then I was running 5 miles. And I just couldn't, I remember seeing my reflection in the mirror going, oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm smiling. This is so great. What's in here? What's in this stuff? Right. So, yeah, I imagined that I was going to be 60 and panhandling, and I didn't think I was going to live long. I didn't think I'd live much past 60. I kind of just had this thought, like, I'm never going to live past 60. I don't even know. I think I'll be homeless. And I probably would have been if it weren't for this. Like, this really saved my butt. I kind of think that I would have been, quite honestly, because I was only going downhill. But I made a decision to get well. And so this is the detox protocol that helped me get well. And the beautiful thing about it is it's just food. It's just eating well. And I gave you a list of foods you can eat, and, you know, plant-based things you can eat to make collagen. And then you can also be doing these superfoods that are going to just really accelerate the process and make it that much faster. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you what's in the pack, and I'll talk about it a little bit so you can kind of get a sense of, you know, you can get a sense of what's in here. So this is called the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. It's a 90-day protocol. And I literally did this actually for a full year. I did not stop at 90 days. So it's just food, right? So it's not like you're taking, you know, just supplements, you're actually eating. So the ULT plus Immune is the one that I recommend starting with. And there is a collagen pack. What I recommend to begin with is you actually have the ULT Immune and you add the collagen in. But I'm going to go ahead and show you the collagen pack. Okay. So the collagen pack is really incredible because there we are, the dark berry protein. So this has the pea protein. Remember I said protein is an important part of building collagen. It's got all these dark berry flavors. It's all these dark berries in it. Sorry, not dark berry flavors, but dark berries. I'm actually looking for the ingredients right here so I can rattle a couple of them off. It's got pomegranate juice powder, raspberry, blackcurrant, strawberry, and it's naturally sweetened with monk fruit. So it's even sweetened with fruit. It's got beetroot powder, which is amazing for vascularity and oxygenizing the blood. All right, bringing oxygen to all the different cells. It's got tart cherry powder, which is amazing for deep sleep, and also just like it replenishes the skin. So tart cherry is like amazing for renewal, for like detoxing and renewing the brain and the skin. Because part of the other thing that's associated with aging is losing our memory, losing our functionality. But what I wanted to say is that I had this really, Dave Sandoval, who's the founder of this company, who figured out these products, and he's also the one who basically went and championed to get the entire nation the USDA organic food label. He lobbied with Amy Benner, and they got that label passed. And so now we have organic. We can thank them for that. But what was I saying? Speaking of memory, Dave Sandoval is just a visionary, and he thought up these products and was like, I really want to share this with the world. You know, I really want to help people transform their health and transform their life. And so we've got this really incredible, well thought out formula of protein and berries. This is your fruit. You've got your greens, and you've got your tart cherry juice. You've got your super aminos. This is your protein, right? So what builds collagen? Protein, dark berries, all different kinds of dark fruits, and also spirulina, you know, has all different kinds of minerals and nutrients in there that are helpful. It also has Renew Hair, Skin, and Nails, has silica in it, and other different foods that naturally have silica in there, which helps build the collagen to create the elasticity of your skin. And then the apothecary juice just literally is so incredible for detoxing. Even though all these other things are great for detoxing, the tart cherry juice is literally considered the quote unquote anti-aging formula. It says it like right on the juice bottle. But it helps you, it has naturally occurring melatonin, which helps with very, very deep sleep. And so the average person gets 6 hours of dream sleep a night. Sorry, 3 hours of dream sleep a night. And studies show that apothecary juice doubles that dream sleep. And when you're dreaming, the brain cells, they shrink like a sponge and squeeze out all the toxins. And then the toxins go into the water that's fluid, like your body is puffy, you know, everything's puffy in the morning when you wake up because your body's been holding in all that liquid, letting all those toxins gather from the brain and elsewhere. And then it just is you're gonna urinate them out in the morning. So this is great for reducing stress. This is great for just balancing hormones, great for reducing the cortisol, stress hormone. And this just helps awaken everything. while you sleep. Helps you sleep and then awaken and then feel energy in the morning. Like people, you know, feel rested in the morning. So this over here is the biomedic, and this is the probiotic, prebiotic, and plus biotic that removes glyphosate. Okay, so this removes glyphosate, and it's really important to be detoxing glyphosate on the daily because we really are getting it everywhere we go. And if you're all organic, but you eat out once in a while, you're probably getting glyphosate. So it is important to, this is basically just a wonderful formula. And so the reason I just wanted to show you the dark berry in there, but what I'm really suggesting for most people to start with is the ULT plus immune pack. So this also has these super cleanse our herbs. These super cleanse our herbs have different Ayurvedic herbs that help, like a broom that just like cleans out the gut, just cleans out the bowels, and it helps with bowel movements. It also helps with killing off parasites. It kills pathogens that don't belong in the body. It helps kill viruses. Yes, helps kill viruses. Viruses and parasites kind of live side by side in an acidic environment. And then we've got the zinc aid. So the zinc has vitamin C, A, D, and E in it. Okay. Zinc has C, A, D, and E in it. So these are all incredible also for fighting viruses and helping the body quickly recover. Who was it who was sick the other day? Someone was just telling me, oh, I think it was Chanel. She was talking to me about how she was sick. And I said, oh, you got to take all this, take your super cleanser herbs, drink your cherry juice all day long, drink all this stuff. And then it'll just be a purium virus. And we have this joke where we say it's like the purium flu because it only lasts 3 days. Because it's like you get on all this stuff and then it just knocks everything out really quickly. So when I had COVID, both times I had COVID, you bet I was like on this stuff like night and day. I was doing this, I was doing this, I was doing this, and I was doing celery juice and literally knocked it out. I was miserable for 3 days, but I knocked it out in like 5 days, probably. It's like how much, like the time where after 5 days, I was just like up and running and doing stuff again. And I had it twice. So I really feel like this is what helped me. So I recommend the ULT plus immune pack and then adding in the collagen pack. Not this collagen pack, but there's another collagen pack, which is just the dark berry plus the renew hair, skin, and nails. So if you want to have the support for collagen, you would add that in at the end. But let's just talk about this because this is your cleanse. This is going to cleanse and help boost your immune system. It's going to help reduce inflammation. Tomorrow's topic is Lyme disease, fibromyalgia, and chronic pain. So you can come to that if you'd like in the morning or watch the replay. But this is the pack for everything. This literally covers everything. And the super aminos also help with the skin. In fact, I used to have stretch marks from my breasts from being overweight and then shrink and then coming back to my regular weight. And I had stretch marks on my boobs, on my thighs. And literally the super aminos helped clear that all up. And I was really surprised that a lot of those stretch marks disappeared almost to zilch. Like I would have to really search to find them right now. So yeah, these are amazing. So, you know, brain health is another aspect of it too. I mean, one of the things that's great about the dark berry protein that is an option here is that it has lion's mane in it, which is really incredible. Really amazing, right? So lion's mane is just wonderful for thinking and helping cleaning your neurotransmitters, helping them fire better, right? The transmitters in the brain, also cleaning the gut. which is the probiotic here that removes glyphosate, right? And the super cleanser, this is also going to create a pathway where your body can absorb more nutrients. So it is really important to clean the gut in order to have better brain health. And there's even studies that are showing more and more, there's more and more studies out all the time that are showing that if you have a healthy microbiome in your gut, you're going to produce more serotonin. Serotonin is what? A happy hormone, right? It makes us happy. It gives us a boost of confidence and self-esteem and feel happy and more gung-ho in life and more, motivated, and makes us feel excited about the future. So we definitely want to be having some of that. So this 90-day protocol is, there's different versions of it. You can come to the website and you can see which one you want to choose. And then there's the ultimate performance for athletes. But really, I suggest any of these three. But I'm going to talk about the ULT plus immune right now. So this is going to be 2 of your meals a day. These shakes are green drinks, and there's different flavors. There's a couple different kinds, and they are literally a meal replacement. This is going to make you feel full, because why? Why do people feel full when they drink these drinks? Anybody know? I can see you reaching for buttons, so I'm waiting.
Nutrients.
Nutrients, yes. What is our body hungry for?
Dense nutrition.
That's right, nutrition. So body gets hungry because it's looking for nutrition, not calories. So that's why, people are like, oh, am I going to get hungry because I don't feel like I'm going to be eating that much? Well, yeah, no, you're not going to get hungry because you're going to be so full of nutrients. Your body's going to be like, I'm full. I got it. I'm good. So it's really surprising how satisfying this is. And so this is going to replace 2 of your meals a day. And you're going to snack on delicious foods like fruits and pears and apples and berries. And you can have salads. You can enjoy steamed greens. You can have a healthy, clean and green dinner at night. You can have like potatoes with broccoli and salsa and avocado. I mean, you can like really enjoy healthy foods. And in fact, our Facebook group, if you're on Facebook, we have a plethora of recipes in there. You can just do a search for recipes, and they're all plant-based recipes. They're all things that go with this protocol. If you're someone who is like me, when I first started, I was terrified of the idea of letting go of meat. I was like, I don't know if I can do that. I don't even know if I can. I have Hashimoto's. I need protein. Oh my God. Well, let me tell you, I was really surprised at how much energy I had, and that's why I never went back. Your protein is right here. All these have your protein in it. These super aminos, like 1 serving is equivalent to any protein you would get from a serving of meat, from, a chicken thigh or a salmon steak or anything. Like, this is going to give you plenty of that. And the shakes also have protein in them. The power shakes have rice bran protein. The dark berry has pea protein. The super meal has brown rice protein. So, there's options, but you're going to be full. You're going to feel satiated. And if you are hungry, just eat more fruit, eat more snacks. And this is going to help create a new healthy habit. This is going to help you create like a flow, a natural of eating. This is called the ultimate lifestyle transformation for a reason, because it actually helps with 2 different things. What are those 2 things? What are those 2 things that people struggle with, that make it really hard for people to make a decision to detox and nourish? Who remembers? Go ahead, come off mute.
Cravings.
Cravings. Cravings, and what was the other one?
Finances.
I'm not hearing that.
How can they afford it?
Oh, and
finances. How could they afford it?
So
and cravings about certain foods.
So my habits, cravings and habits. These are the 2. Okay, the terrible 2. I have cravings. There's no way. I don't even want to get started. I'm not even gonna get started because there's no way I can give up sugar or coffee or processed foods, whatever the thing is, right? Now, no one's telling you to get rid of anything, okay? I just want to tell you that right now. Even though it's recommended, we say just add it in, because what's going to happen? You just add it in, and guess what's going to happen?
Alkalize the system, and your body's going to crave healthier things.
Yep, you're breaking up a bit, but yes. So what's going to happen is cravings are going to go away. Who experienced cravings disappearing on this? Drop me a 2. if you have done this before and you notice that cravings disappeared, right? Cravings will disappear because your body becomes more alkaline with all these green nutrients. So as you become more alkaline and all these red nutrients, right? All the berries, all the leafy greens. So your body is going to become more alkaline. So this actually causes you to crave alkaline food. Believe it or not, you'll start craving more alkaline food. You're like, I don't want to give up my cheese. No one's telling you to give up. Just add this in, right? You'll start to notice those cravings will just start to dissipate. It's surprising. All cravings hijack the sugar craving. So even cigarettes, I've even seen people kick cigarettes after like smoking for 30 years. They're like, wow, I did this cleanse and like, I'm not even really craving the cigarettes. In fact, they taste gross to me now. Because as your tongue gets more alkaline, as your body gets alkaline, your tongue becomes alkaline, you start craving alkaline foods. And then you're just like, actually, I really want a carrot. And you're like, did I just say that? I just want some celery. Did I just say that? I noticed right away that sugar cravings disappeared within the first couple of days. The first 2 days, I was like, I had to think about it. Is that hunger or is that a craving? Am I hungry or am I craving? And I started noticing, oh, there's a difference between hungers and cravings. I actually thought that was hunger, but that was actually a craving. I actually feel pretty satiated and full. Okay, cool. That's gone. Now what? So my first thing to go was my cookies. I used to eat these organic junky cookies. They weren't really junk food, but you know, my healthy version of junk food. I was eating healthy when I started this. So I was sick and healthy. I was sick and eating healthy food at the same time. And I'm like, why am I not getting better? But I did this protocol and then suddenly I wasn't even eating cookies anymore. I didn't want them. I would see them and my habit would be like, oh, I should eat that because that's what I usually do right now at this time of day. But that habit went away too. So they say to give yourself 4 months to change a habit. They say don't try to change more than one habit in 4 months. Because literally that's like what data shows is really we're capable of. And so we're just talking about the habit of what you buy at the store. I say, don't bring it home. If it's in my house, it's in my mouth. I always tell my partner, if it's in my house, it's in my mouth. I'm going to eat it. So don't bring it home. But I didn't have to worry so hard because literally those cravings disappeared. And then it really, even though he brings cookies home, I'll like take a bite and go, oh, that's too sweet. Ugh, like too sweet. I never thought I'd be somebody who would say something was too sweet in my life. Now, if you're a savory person, maybe your thing is like cheese, like the salt. Cheese is like very, it's like oily and salty. And it's just, there's something so, that like people love about cheese, right? So we can just transition gradually. There's some plant-based cheeses. Miyoko's makes a great one. And then eventually you'll notice that feels too heavy. You're being like, that is way too heavy. You're going to be like, that oil, it's too oily even for me. That's what happened to me. I'm starting to be surprised at how much oily foods bothered me. I couldn't even eat. I can hardly eat out at restaurants now because I'm like, oh, they cooked this with so much oil. Gross. So it's surprising. I say, don't try to take things out. Just add the stuff in and you'll see what magic happens naturally. You don't have to try to take it out. Just let it in. Let it in. Okay. So what does this cost? Let's go back really quick. So this is this collagen pack. Well, first of all, just know that you're going to get a discount from whoever invited you. You're going to get 25% off from whoever invited you. Okay. So don't be sticker shock, but this comes out to be about I think $10 a day. Let's see, for 2 meals a day. So the retail value is $530. And so, yeah, it's $397 with your discount. That's what you're going to get after with your referral code that your person's going to give you. Okay. So $397. So that's like, like a little over $7 a day. Sorry, $7 twice a day. Okay. So it's like basically, what is that? Who's good at math here? I haven't like actually deduced this one. I'm going to look real quick. So
well, with a meal, it would be 14.
So 397 divided by 31 or 30 is, okay. So yeah, it's more like $12 a day for 2 meals a day. We're still looking at $12 to $13 a day for 2 meals a day. And this is going to be, so you're basically spending, $6 to $7 twice a day. And that includes all your nutrients. plus your supplements. It's going to include your meal and supplements for $6 for $6.50. Okay, $7. Let's just round up. Let's say $7. So $7, you're going to get your food. You're going to get your meal. This is including tax. Okay, $7, and you're going to have a meal plus all of your supplements in the morning, and then a meal plus all of your supplements either for lunch or dinner, but for 2 times a day. And you're going to start detoxing. And then what's going to happen when you start feeling more energy and you start having better sleep and you start feeling like the sunshine come in, this liquid sunshine. This is liquid sunshine. And these are all basically, raw organic nutrients. Okay. Plus you get to eat a meal and enjoy that with your family. Tara Shea. You had your hand up. Maybe that was from before. Okay. I'm going to go back. So that's the Ultimate Plus Immune. The ULT, which is the basic pack, is $360. Okay. So if you're on a budget, you can do this one. The difference is that this one has the zinc, okay, the zinc aid, which I think is really important. But so you click get started today, and then you're going to have the opportunity to customize the pack. Okay, right here on the, they're coming? What happened here? Let's go back. Anyway, you can have the chance to customize, and it's going to just charge you once a month for 3 months. You're going to be for 4 months. Actually, the first 2 months are just going to be your, is going to be this pack, right? So this pack is the first month. I don't know what's going on here. There. Okay. So this is going to be your first month. This is going to be your second month. The second month won't have the super cleanser herbs. The third month won't have the super cleanser herbs. You're just going to do that for your first month. So you're getting a nice deep cleanse for 10 days with these herbs. Okay. And then your fourth month, the price goes down substantially because it's only half the pack. So think about imagine that you are getting your groceries all bought at one time. Very few people buy all of their groceries at the same time, but you're going to have that chance. So right here on month 1, today's order, would you like to customize this? Yes. Here's where you can then choose the shake of your choice. Okay. You can choose it right there. Now, I recommend your first month that you get the Power Shake and Super Meals, all Power Shakes and Super Meals. And then maybe your third month, you can add in collagen. You can add in the collagen dark berry, but this is not a full meal replacement. The dark berry is not a full meal replacement. It's meant to go with these other things. Okay. But the Power Shake and the Super Meal are full replacements for full meal replacements. They have all different kinds of greens. They have different minerals. They've got your protein. And so they're ideal. You go down so notice the price here too. It's only $408 the second and third month. Sorry, that's the first month. And then second month, it's only $378 for your second and third month. And then you go down to your fourth month and it's $232. So that's like basically $7 a day for one meal plus all of your supplements once a day. And this is going to be a wonderful opportunity to have daily nutrients, more nutrients than you would probably have in a whole day on any other given day. So you're really treating your body well. You add that to cart, and at some point it's going to ask you for your gift card from the person who recommended this to you, and you'll be able to go on the right side and scroll down and see all the things, and you'll see that the subscription, the Smart Order subscription, is automatically set up to ship this to your door once a month. You can cancel at any time. Now, if this is not for you and you decide, you're like, whoa, put the brakes on, you can cancel at any time. And you can also choose to change your order at any time. So you can go in here, you can mess with the order, and you can go into your back office and, say, I want something else completely. So you're welcome to change. You're welcome to stop. This is just the suggested 3-month protocol. I did it for a full year. I did this pack right here for a full year. This was my month 2 and 3. I just did that ongoing because I felt so good. I never wanted to go back to being sick again. Hashimoto's was something I dreaded. I was like, I will not go back. I just stayed on it and I felt so good. So there we have it. Any questions? Any questions or comments so far? You can put them in the chat too. Let me just take a look and see if there's anything in the chat. Someone loves Miyoko's, yes. Yes, Botox in a bottle, exactly. This is Botox in a bottle for sure. So thank you. I think I'll just go ahead and stop the recording in just a moment and just say that, oh, Heather.
I wanted to ask you about the very act of chewing food. I heard that that causes aging.
Oh my gosh, no, it actually, that's interesting. Chewing food, maybe because it takes energy. I'm like, where did that come from?
Well, actually, I heard that from the medical medium that like blending the food and drinking it actually.
Interesting. Well, hey, I'm a big fan of the medical medium, so I haven't heard that yet. I do know that when you chew food, you're actually mixing in the digestive enzymes. So your mouth has amylase, your mouth has enzymes that naturally break down fruit, which is one of the reasons regenerative health practitioners really like to keep us towards fruit even more, because fruit is really kind of what we're more designed for than meat, because we have the same teeth as primates that eat fruit. We have the same, they like gnash, they go like this. They're not incisors that cut through meat. We have something that's meant to mash food, right? So we've got the same teeth as primates. We also have long intestines, which can handle, like, meat would ferment in the long intestine. That's why we end up with mucoid plaque and things like that. So meat is like taking a long time to get out of that long intestine. But animal eaters, carnivores, have short intestines, because it just has to go in and plop out. Like it's got to go out really quick, or it's just going to ferment inside the body and wreak havoc. So they can actually handle that, right? So cats and other creatures like that, dogs and cats, like they can just like, it goes in and goes right out. It's like very quick digestive time. So yeah, I mean, we are definitely moving. Dolores Cannon also says in one of her books how we're going into a liquid future, and how much more sustainable it is for our bodies actually to be drinking a more liquid diet. Now, some people still love to eat. So by all means, if you want to enjoy food, let me just like put it like this. It's a bonus. Cooking food and doing all that stuff is not necessary. It's just like, we do it for fun. We do it for pleasure. Okay. But if you're going to be getting like majority of your nutrients from this food over this 90-day period, and maybe even ongoing if you choose to do it forever. But that maintenance pack at the end, I've been on that for 9 years now. That maintenance pack, I've been doing at the very minimum 1 shake a day at the minimum, sometimes 2, often 3, like daily for the last 9 years. And I have never had any of my symptoms return. None of my Hashimoto symptoms have ever returned since then. And I've been living this clean, green lifestyle, eating plant-based and low fat, and I'm an O positive. And so which is really interesting is a lot of people say, well, O positive, well, eat right for your type. That means you're a meat eater. You're supposed to eat meat. Well, just remember that's a theory. It's not a proven fact. The eat right for your type diet is actually not, it's just a theory. So I was sick until I stopped eating meat. Okay. Now I was vegetarian and vegan for like 18 years before I started eating meat again. And the only reason I ate meat again was because I developed Hashimoto's, and I was told you need to eat meat. Well, what people didn't know is that Epstein-Barr virus is the root cause of Hashimoto's. It wasn't eating meat that was causing Hashimoto's. It was Epstein-Barr virus. It wasn't being vegan that was causing Hashimoto's. It was the Epstein-Barr virus. So whether I was eating meat or not eating meat, I was going to still cultivate this. I still had this viral load in my body. That's why I think the zinc aid is so important, because most people have some kind of viral load in their body. You may have had strep throat when you were a kid. You may have had the measles or the mumps or chicken pox. You might have had ear infections. You might have had strep throat. Like there's all different kinds of things, that mononucleosis. You could have had all these different things when you're a kid, but you still have that virus in your body. And so later we don't want to like just start feeding that viral load. We want to be taking the zinc aid. We want to be having zinc regularly in our diet. We want to be having vitamin D, which by the way, did come from medical medium. He is the one who actually originally said that. And since then, doctors have started adopting that, realizing, oh, he's right. A lot of things that medical medium said later, science has then tried to prove and then go, okay, well, we're going to just start adopting this idea and not give credit where credit's due. So thank you for saying that. If he says that, I'm gonna go find that. I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna think about that, because that's I'm definitely a fan. So thank you. Anyone else?
I wanted to just say, you know, I may have misunderstood. It could have been that it just helps your food be more
Digestible.
digestible. Yeah. Now that I think about it. So maybe it wasn't the chewing, but it was the digestion part that is straining.
Yeah, possibly. And I mean, I'm open to learning and learn. I definitely want to learn and find that and explore what he meant by that. But one of the things he does say is how important it is to have leafy greens, which are your minerals, right? You want to have fruits and you also want to have your greens. You want to have like a salad every day, he says. And one of the things I didn't tell you is that power shake is literally, that is a salad in a bottle. That is like equivalent to 6 microgreen salads. Okay, so one drink is equivalent to 6 microgreen salads. So if you have a hard time eating salads every day,
I thought it was 12.
I've been saying 12. Someone corrected me 6,
Okay.
but the bottom line is it's equivalent to about 35 different organic vegetables. It's equivalent to the nutrients of 35 vegetables. So some people turn that into 6 microgreen salads. Some people say 12 salads. So just a lot. Just know it's a lot. Okay. And so if you have a hard time getting your salad in every day, just drink it.
Well, that was my problem with trying the medical mediums protocols, is that you literally are eating like a 6-serving salad, and with a toddler trying to prepare that much salad and then take the time to eat it and chew it, it would take me like an hour or two just eating salad.
Very time consuming. That is true. Yeah. Just the time it takes to even eat the salad, let alone prepare it.
Yeah. So I'm loving these shakes. It makes so much sense for a busy working mom.
Yeah, it's completely
Yes.
convenient. It'll save you time in the kitchen. Anybody who's looking for a way to save time and to save energy, like this is definitely great lazy food. In fact, anyone who jumped on late, I was talking earlier in the call about how I had been so sick that I was pretty sure I was gonna be homeless for the rest of my life. Well, I was homeless. I was homeless for 4 months and I lived on this. And I'm telling you, this was like the least expensive homeless food I could ever find. I was literally like, wow, this is such a cheap way to live. I mean, holy cow, for $2.50, I have a shake. This is my meal for $2.
It has saved so much time. Like my dishes are done every day now because I don't have all this food I'm cooking. It's literally saving so much time too. It's just like one of my biggest issues in my life is having time to do everything I want to do. And I feel like I'm gaining some of my day back. So that's
what I noticed. That is literally something I noticed, was that I had way more time in the day. I'm like, wow, I just saved 2 hours in the kitchen that I usually would be cooking or preparing food. And now I'm just drinking. It takes me 30 seconds to make a shake. Yeah. It's great for moms. It's great for dads. It's great for parents. Anyone who works as hard as I do, that you're constantly busy through the day. It's like you just need like a break from the kitchen. This is going to help save you lots of time. Yes. Thank you, Heather. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for pointing that out. As I figured, moving the muscles is going to help, so we don't have that necessarily. But yeah, the mindful eating is like chewing your food up to like 26 times. There are enzymes that aren't activated until then. And so it's interesting to see, like, well, yeah, you're pretty much digesting most of your food in your mouth. And, then if you're not, then, well, that's going down and sitting in your body. And thanks for recognizing or for stating about the animals that are meat eaters have shorter intestines. So they're able to process the meat that versus humans aren't. Their intestines are far larger and longer. Tremella mushroom is one of the top ones for rebuilding collagen. And I love how Dr. Joe Dispenza states that aging, I love you say that, Rachel, is aging is a accumulation of toxins, but he states it's a malfunction in our proteins. And being able to be complementary with our food and kind of reverse or regenerate in that aspects.
Thank you. And tremella mushrooms are in the super meal shake, by the way.
Yeah. And if we're having cravings too, in a certain aspect, a lot of that time we think, oh, we're craving sugar, we're craving salty, but technically what our body is craving those minerals that are in the dark leafy greens or in the dark berries. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really important to recognize, to be able to feeding our body what the origin of what it's wanting versus all the other junk that we have access to and we're conditioned to in this society, in this culture and generation. So
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
I like that recap. Well, cool. Any other takeaways from today? Any other highlights?
Thanks, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, for attending.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Appreciate you guys. And thank you, Brianna, for hosting this today. So thank you all. Well, this replay will be available, so you can send this off to friends and family if you'd like. And it's been great meeting all of you and talking to you, and have a great day. Be well, everybody. Salud. Cheers.
Bye.